Hello and welcome to episode 37 of the Niche to Profit Show here on the Vegas Video Network. What the heck was that? Wow. You know what? I think it's the fragrance emoting into this room and making you giddy today, Scott, over there. I'm just saying. Hey, today is all about how a niche can make you rich. And I have brought on a very, very special guest, a friend of mine who she sells candles. Sells candles in a big way. And we're going to talk about that. We got them like lit up and it's smelling all good. Got our own personal heater. Got my own personal heater here in the studio today. It's really cool. So we're going to talk about that. First, I am your host, Danni Ackerman, the Danni App. And I have been doing this not doing this. I've been selling online for 2 decades. Okay, nearly 2 decades. I don't want to age myself too quickly there. But I've been in the resale business my entire life. Grew up in the back of a thrift store, literally, I'm telling you guys. So it's in the blood. And what I do is I help online sellers who are struggling with slow sales and discouragement. And I take you from being an online yard sale into being a profitable e-commerce business. Yes, that's what we do. And some of the things you'll see here on the show is we're going to give some live on-the-spot listing help and reviews to get some stuff moving. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to look at some hot sales. And we're going to play Pick It or Pass It. You want to stick around to the end, get the clues, so you can win some really cool prizes. So, why do I always forget this part? Well, you know we're live here every Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. I always get busted out on Facebook. No, that's 6 p.m. No, it's 6 p.m. Eastern time. So it's still light here. Still, yeah, you got it. All right. Join us over in the live chat. Be part of the show and ask your questions there. And so I'm really, 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 really tickled to have you live in the studio. And I just want to say thank you for hanging around Vegas. Ianthe, you know, how do you say your last name?
Mauro.
Okay. I was overthinking it.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
I love it. So you were here for the Las Vegas market, which is a big trade show with gift furniture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
that was over. But you stuck around to come here in the studio, and I'm so appreciative of that.
Thank you, Danni.
More than I can say.
How could I say no to you?
Oh.
You invited me. I was so excited. So I'm grateful to be here.
And plus, this way we get to smell the candles. Oh, they smell so good, you guys. They smell so good.
Yes, my candles.
But what I want to have you talk about, I know people are going, what is she doing?
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
I know we're gonna demo like why these are so ultra cool and different. And I guess let's just jump into that. So you sell candles, right? Candles.
Yes.
What got you into candles?
Well, I was actually going through a big transition in my life. I was getting divorced and I was diagnosed with 2 autoimmune diseases and but it was okay because it was an opportunity. It was an obstacle, but it was an opportunity. I kept lighting candles and making wishes for myself that my life would go better, that things would come to me, that I would know what this next chapter would mean. I was raising 2 little children and I had to do something to reinvent myself. And then I discovered that most candles are toxic. I had no idea. I was really upset because I'm so addicted to candles and lighting candles. It's my big addiction and beautiful fragrances. And to find out they're toxic, I was just destroyed. So I said, okay, what isn't toxic that I can actually burn in my house that's going to be safe for my family? And I found out that it's coconut butter. Mm-hmm. But then I couldn't find any candles that were made from coconut butter that didn't look like hippie candles. And I had a different design aesthetic. So I'm like, I don't want it to look necessarily like it's the healthiest candle. I just want it to be the healthiest, safest, cleanest candle. But I want it to be beautifully fragranced. I want it to have a look that looks high end. I want it to be high end. And so I had to create my own business. And that's how it started.
I love that. And I didn't realize how toxic candles were.
Yeah.
I'm a candle girl, man. I love my candles. I'm the, bubble bath candle around. I mean, I love my candles.
Yeah. And I think, our connection to lighting a flame is so ancient. I think it's in all of our DNA. Like we light a candle, the flame. This is something that all of us get. Unfortunately, petrochemicals, paraffin, which is what most conventional candles are made out of. It's a petrochemical. Do we really want to be smelling that and inhaling that and having that get black and sooty on our drapes and on our counters? So no, so it's sad.
I know, and
but
I was just telling you this over lunch too, that I lit a candle at Christmas time up on my mantle, thinking, I just lit a candle, and my whole wall had this black mark up it, and I thought that's going in the air, and we're breathing that.
Yes, yes.
Blah!
So that's why I created Objects with Purpose.
So you solved a problem.
I hope so. Thank you, Danni.
Yes.
I would love to say that I am solving problems.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Thank
we talk about that a lot too, both, with my appsters and here on the show, how the best businesses and the best marketing is when you can solve a problem for people. And it's beyond just them being pretty and fragrant. It's like they truly solve a problem. Now, your candles are even more special.
Well, okay, yes. And first of all, I do want to share this with the audience because I think this is so crucial. I was told when I said to friends and family that I wanted to start a candle business, this is what I was told over and over again. There are thousands of candles. Why is anyone going to care about your candle? And it was really discouraging. So I want you to know, if you have an idea and you think, and people are saying to you, oh, that's already been done. But has it been done your way, in your special niche way? So that brings me to segue into this. Yes, my candle is a candle. It is safe and clean to burn. But because it's made from coconut, you can actually wear it. I'm touching it right now, and it's been lit for a while. And really, oh, do you have dry hands, Danni?
I do.
Please, let me rub some candle into that. Because it's made from coconut butter, there's a little bit of shea butter in there too. It's actually beautifully moisturizing. And what's amazing is you don't actually have to light it to access it for the body. You can actually, when it's in solid form.
I noticed that.
Because soy candles, and this is not soy, but soy candles, you'll have to light it to be able to use it for massage. But mine, it's actually soft enough, and we give you a little stick with every candle.
Yes.
So you can actually just grab it or just use the back of your fingernail, and you can rub it right in like a lotion.
And it's not greasy at all. I mean,
it penetrates right in. It's a great lotion, right?
So you didn't know right away that it had that extra benefit.
That was a total accident. That's just what happens when you use something that's natural and pure.
Yeah.
And then, but I did, and I got help from someone who said to me, this is unbelievable. I was at a farmer's market. Because when I first started, I would grab people and rub this candle on their hands. I'd say, you want to wear my candle? And they'd stop. And I had someone who said to me, this is brilliant. You have to market it that way. And I hadn't thought about that. I just thought, well, I'm proving to you that it's safe and clean to burn. I'm still thinking candle. I'm not thinking lotion. And it was really with the help of the feedback of people who were trying it for the first time. And I went, you know what? You're right. So I ended up registering the trademark, the wearable candle.
Very cool.
Thank you.
And that, if anybody doesn't watch Dr. Oz, she actually got pulled in to have her candle on Dr. Oz because it is that cool.
Yeah, they found me. It was so cool. I got an email from their producer at the Dr. Oz show, and I thought, is this a scam? Is this something like a diet pill? Because I see that all the time,
Yes.
The Dr. Oz diet pill. It wasn't a scam, and the producer said, we found you doing online research, and we're doing the top 10 gifts that are healthy to give for 2015. And Dr. Oz actually on his show, it was the day before Thanksgiving, he rubbed my candle all over his hands on the show. It was awesome.
Yeah, I watched.
I was starstruck.
So going back to developing this niche and this business. So did you ever go outside candles? Did you want to sell everything?
Yeah. So at first when I developed this idea, I kept drawing this bird's nest. And I thought, oh, this is so pretty. And it's all about my struggle and my journey. I need to be born again and come out of the egg and spread my wings and fly. And so I was getting ahead of myself. And I actually started I had a pillow line. I had a little bag with potpourri. And of course I had the candle. Mm-hmm. And I even had a lip balm. So I started with all these things, and it was really confusing to the customer. It was really confusing for me and expensive for me to try to just keep up with the production of creating, because I was making everything by hand. And how do I know how much to make of the pillows or how much to make? And then why would you want a candle and a pillow at the same time? It's different customer. And so I started to learn that the more niche I could get, the better it was for my bottom line.
Oh, absolutely. And so you're now you have candles, but now you're starting to kind of add on some things.
So I stopped doing all those many things. I focused on the candles. I said, this is really this is it. This is the soul of my company and what my message is. And now, because people are falling in love with the fragrances, and here's the thing about me and fragrance. Fragrance is story to me. They're all stories. I create my fragrances based on something that I love or something that I want to share. For instance, Dirt Rich, which we're burning today, that was the idea. I first started with this story. I want to know, what does it smell like when you're walking through the forest looking for unicorns?
Oh.
And so that was my story. I started with the story first, and then I went into this. So knowing that scent is good with story, I decided to come out with a roll-on perfume companion so you can get my roll-on perfume. And also because some people say, I get it, it's cute, you can light your candle and rub it on your body, but that's a little weird to me. I just want a roll-on perfume with that scent. So now I have the roll-on perfume line.
So let's back up, because most of the people watching, they go out and they buy something that's already made, already have. A lot of us go to the thrift stores and the auctions and buy our stuff. So what made you, or what, if you could share with us the process of going, okay, I want to make a candle the way I want to make a candle. What was that like, developing your own private label product?
Yeah, this is where it's so exciting to be in this time that we're in. And again, I was warned when I started my business that this is the worst time to start a business. What are you thinking? But the truth is, all this information is out there. And I think if you're brave, and if you're just brave and you just don't listen to the naysayers, in fact, you can say, thank you, I don't really need your opinion, and one day you'll be able to use my product, but I don't, and stop them, really. Just stop them from the negativity. And then you've got the internet. You have this incredible resource, and people like you, Danni, people that in your community, or not even in your community, but in the community at large, that you can go to, ask for advice, and search for things. So I'm not a candle maker. Like, I wasn't raised as a candle maker, and I'm not a chemist, but I didn't let that stop me. I said, you know what I do know? I know what I don't know, and I know what I know. What I don't know, I need to have the wisdom to find the right people to ask, to fill in those gaps. But what I do know, I'm just going to go forward and do those things. Like, I know scent. I am a scent snob. I do not apologize for it. I am really stand behind my fragrances. I know scent. To me, it's story. I get it. I have some, I don't know what it is, but I'm really connected to scent. So for that, I would never farm that out or ask for help.
You would think I would with this nose. Just saying.
Well, you appreciate my scents, which make me really happy. Thank you, Danni. Thank you. Yeah. So there's all the information's out there. You just have to be comfortable being outside your comfort zone.
Yeah. Ah, I love it. See why I love her?
Thank you.
I love it when people come in and back me up on this stuff that, I'm also out there preaching. It's like, you have to not let, and Facebook, I think, has brought on this world of, if you want some negativity, just go to Facebook. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that having a really strong filter, just even if you have to pretend, and I'm a little woo-woo. I know I said I don't want candles to look like they are, but earthy crunchy, but I'm a little bit that way. And I was raised with very earthy crunchy people. So
earthy crunchy. Okay, wait.
I am
earthy crunchy.
Or look at
we're
that.
tearing down the studio now. I love that. Earthy crunchy. I'm going to look at you a whole new way now.
Thank you. But I believe, I'll do this little visualization. Okay, stay with me here. I'll pretend that I have this light surrounding me, and that just keeps all the negativity out. Or sometimes if it feels really negative, I'll pretend I have a mirror facing out. And in a way, it's like that old-fashioned little saying when we were kids, I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. But it's like the grown-up version of that, the spiritual version of that.
Yeah, I like it.
Just repel the negativity and just keep doing what you want to do.
Oh, and there's so much, in the eBay world, in the e-commerce world. I am involved. Well, I'm not involved. I'm in a bunch of groups because curiosity just kills me. And I see this, and I see, somebody, and sometimes it happens in my own group. Somebody will post something. I had a bad day, had a return or something, and man, you just get a barrage of, yes, it's so awful, it's unfair, and it's like, yeah, you can't go with that. But going back to the naysayers and people telling you that it'll never happen, I agree. Brush that off. Stick with your gut and your feeling, and look for the people who can tell you how to make your idea better.
You need to find your cheerleaders, and that's who you need around you.
Okay, I'm being told we have a chat question, but
Ooh.
I can't see. So
I'm excited for your questions. Thank you.
So there's a couple of people talking about being allergic to scents.
Oh, yes. This is huge, actually. Unfortunately, and this was part of my immune disease, I think, is that in our environment, we're bombarded with chemicals constantly, and we're sensitive beings. And so we are developing allergies faster than I've ever seen in my life. Everybody's allergic to something, and I get that a lot. I get people that are really sensitive to fragrance. I would venture to say, because my fragrances are non-toxic, phthalate-free and all that, I would say try my candles and see how that is for you. But if you truly are not wanting any fragrance at all, I always offer fragrance-free versions.
Oh.
And I have them actually in a hospital gift shop in San Francisco for that reason, because there are people that really cannot handle scent. And I know when I was pregnant with my kids, I had a super sensitive nose at that time, like way beyond.
Pregnant nose.
And I didn't want anything that smelled like anything. But my candles would have been lovely, and I could have rubbed them on my pregnant stretching belly. So
there you go.
I do offer that fragrance free.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good
there
question.
You go. Yeah, and so Granny Square, that's actually my mom. So
Mom.
you can actually try these. We'll test them on you. Light one at the house tonight when I pick up the kids. She's
sweet.
babysitting. All right. Hey, we're going to pop and do a real quick commercial.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk more about your process and your streamline of your business.
Okay.
Do you sell on Amazon, eBay, Etsy, or your own website? Did you know that poorly packaged merchandise is one of the top reasons that sellers receive negative feedback? Your bad review will remain for all to see. Hi, we're Mark and Robin Levine from Bubble Fast. Since 1999, we've been providing the best shipping supplies to online sellers just like you. We are large enough to offer more than competitive prices and free shipping with your order. Yet we are small enough to treat you like family and listen to your specific needs. Because we are also online sellers just like you, we understand what you need to be successful. We use all of the supplies we sell in our own business. If we don't like it, we won't sell it. From shipping supply combo packs to small quantity lots not offered by our competitors, or our exclusive products like the innovative Scotty Stuffer, our value can't be matched. Don't take our word for it. Read any of our 5-star reviews from satisfied customers. Then contact Bubble Fast today so we can help you be a more successful online seller.
Yes, and don't forget to use the code Danni. They're offering 15% off through the end of January.
Woo.
And then you still get a discount after that, too. They were on last week. Really awesome stuff about shipping. But so let's now talk about some of the meat and potatoes of being in business and developing this business and getting to where you are. First of all, how long have you been in business?
I started technically in 2009.
Okay.
But that was really just with friends and family and testing it out in one store. And I would say that 3 years ago is when I got really serious and said, okay, this is a real business.
So what was your breakthrough moment? What made it happen?
It was actually help from a coach, Joy Chudikoff. And she was a friend of mine. She's a mom. We're in a similar community where our kids are in the same schools. And so I'd seen her growing this business as a coach. And I thought, why do I need a coach? What's a coach? Am I even a business person? I just love candles. I don't even know. But then I had a little conversation with her and kind of told her my idea. And she said, you know, I really, really want to help you because I think this is a great idea. And I knew nothing about business. So she gave me some incredible tools. And that's really what got it to be serious. This is now, I can say, in fact, I wouldn't use the word entrepreneur until that point.
Oh.
And then I owned it and I said, I am an entrepreneur. Well, of course I'm an entrepreneur.
So what did you start doing differently at that point?
I started to make plans, first of all. Before it was, I'm very creative and I come from a creative background. So I was an actress for years and I would just do things as it came to me, I was like improvising all the time. And then she taught me, okay, there are certain holidays every year where people would want to buy candles. So take out a calendar and take out a pen and circle those dates. Now, look 2 weeks before those dates. Maybe that's when you come out with a sale or a product that has to do with that. I just never even thought that way. Mm-hmm. And that's what changed it from this is a fun hobby that I want to give to friends and family and have in one store to this is a serious business where I could actually share light through these candles with many, many more people in a much larger scale. Mm-hmm. And for real reasons, purposeful reasons.
Yeah. So you started planning, say, 2 weeks before a main point.
Yeah, like Valentine's Day is coming up.
Sure.
So I would have on the calendar, I'd circle that in pink or red, and then I would look 2 weeks before, and I actually had also brought on a team So that was the other thing. And she said, look, you may not think you have the budget for this, but you really need someone else helping you. You cannot do everything. That also changed it for me. Even though at first I didn't think I had the money for it, and I did borrow from my savings to do this at first, but I got someone helping me so that I could delegate, and I wasn't doing everything. So she would then go to the calendar and she would remind me, because I'm not good with that stuff. Numbers, no. Scent, I'm great with. Numbers elude me out my head.
I'm with you.
So my team, I had to make sure that the first person I brought on, and it's my lovely Jennifer who's still with me, she would be really good with numbers, comfortable with that, and comfortable with keeping me on task. And that was a really big change.
That's awesome. So have you set like sales goals each year?
Yeah, and that's also kind of new for me. Even I'm just still getting comfortable with that. But whenever I set a sales goal, it works. It's unbelievable.
Do you mind sharing?
Do you want me to share my sales goal from last year?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. It just sounds like I'm making this up and that I'm talking about someone else, but people, this is real. Okay. I set a sales goal of $400,000 in candles that I would sell in 2015. And my bookkeeper just gave me the analytics 3 weeks ago, and I made it to my goal. Yeah. I know. It sounds crazy. That's a lot of candles, right?
Yeah. But so let's talk about that. It's a lot of candles.
Yes.
But the possibilities when you really zero in on a niche, and it's a little different. I mean, so what I tell people in their eBay businesses, they've got a whole bunch of different stuff for sale. So my way of thinking about niche is the people first, then the product. Is it any different with what you do with the candles?
No, actually, I was going to say, and this would work really well for eBay businesses, is that it's what people are buying more than the candle is the story. Yeah. They want your story. They want to know your heart's connected to this. They want to know this is something that you love. And I know that for me, when I buy, like I'm wearing these bracelets, and I have a friend who makes these. Mm-hmm. Why? There are a lot of people that make bracelets, with stones that are meaningful, but hers, she has so much of her story infused in these that I can't help but buy it. And same thing online. You can find great things and price points. But if someone says, this reminded me of my grandmother when I was walking on the beach and she picked up a shell and this is shaped like a shell, and I don't even want to part with it, but I'm selling it here now. And I mean, I would buy that over something that even was a better price.
Yeah. So really it's about building those connections with your ideal customer, because there's lots of people that buy candles that don't care, that they're...
And that's okay. And guess what?
They eat at McDonald's, too.
This was a big lesson. Yeah, that's right. I actually don't eat at McDonald's, but sorry, McDonald's. This was actually a big deal for me, is to figure out that I didn't need everyone to like me. I didn't need everyone to like my candles. It's actually, they're not for everybody. It's okay with me if you do not care what's in your candle and you want it to be colored or a certain look. That's totally fine. And actually, that was a really powerful moment for me when I realized, and that's back to your niche thing. Mm-hmm. So who's your ideal customer? Well, I think I know my ideal customer now, and I think they know my candles, and so it's good. And doesn't have to be for everyone.
So we have a couple pictures of like your process, your workroom, because you
make everything.
You were recently on the Today Show.
Yes, we were Jill Steals and Deals on the Today Show twice, actually. So this is exactly what happens.
You had a lot of candles to produce and get out from that show deal that you did.
It's just me and a team of 4, by the way.
That's what I was going to ask you.
And
how many people?
So in a week, me and a team of 4. In a week, the 5 of us were able, and I laugh at Undercover Boss because I can't do that show because I literally still do every aspect of, I'm still taping boxes, I'm still touching everything. But it was, I guess we got out 1,000 pieces in a week.
Wow.
Just in our little, and we can do that now.
And you can do that because you have
I have a team. I have a system. We've organized it. And it's still, it's a work in progress. This is an 850 square foot warehouse in an industrial park. I call it my studio. It sounds a little bit more romantic than warehouse. But it's a cement floor, and it's, it's funky. I've got tables from all sorts of places. Garage sale table, IKEA table, built table by someone. That one was also garage sale.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
So when you have been reaching out and marketing to people, they're sending you some pretty incredible stuff back. And I have to share this picture. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
I know.
And I thought this was staged. I thought you had created this marketing, and I just found out over lunch, no, this was one of your customers.
A customer in the South, actually, I think Georgia, she sent me this picture because she said, I rescued a little baby bunny. And I had your candle out on the counter, and I put the little baby bunny, when I was cleaning its box, I put it up on the counter, and it hopped over and did this. And she captured the picture, and she said, I wasn't sure if that was okay. And I said, it is okay. My friend's dogs just ate some of the candles, and they're fine. Their coats are really shiny. So you know what? We don't test on animals, but apparently animals have tested my products.
There you go. I love it. I love it. It's such an amazing story. And I know we're like, I'm looking at the clock going, no, it can't be almost over. Because I think the real lesson from this is that you kind of started with something that meant something to you.
Yeah.
Did it ever feel like a job?
Never.
Does it ever feel? No.
The only thing that feels like a job is when I have to deal with numbers, and that's why I have people to help me.
Exactly. We have the same person to help us.
Can we say his name?
Yes.
Justin Crane.
He's going to be on the show.
Oh, boy.
In a couple of
weeks.
weeks.
He helps me with the numbers because that's just my blind spot. Yeah. Know what your blind spot is, and then just fill it in with someone who's brilliant in that. Because we can't be all things to everybody and all things to ourselves.
And I know most of the eBay sellers that I see out there are trying to do every single piece themselves still. And it's one of my biggest things is how do you make more money? You start giving away those pieces you don't need to do anymore. And really, I have somebody like they're at my house right now plugging in listings because I don't need to do that piece to make my money.
Right.
I make my money finding the stuff, buying the stuff, and coming up with the titles that sell and the marketing.
Yeah, and don't feel guilty like it means you're not working hard enough or something. Because there's I've noticed that with some entrepreneurs who are starting, they think, well, if I don't do absolutely everything, then there's something I'm failing in some way with my idea. Not true.
Oh, my problem
do
is
what
always
your genius is. Do what your genius is.
My problem is always I'm a control freak.
Well, there's that too. That's another issue for another show.
Self-confessed control freak. Absolutely. And it's hard. It is hard to give away those pieces of your business because we don't think anybody's going to do it.
But I realize I'm not living in my genius when I'm filling my car with boxes and taking them to the post office.
Yeah, there you go.
Then I'm not helping, and I'm not helping anybody.
Yeah. You need to be coming up with like a new fragrance with a story. And yeah, I'm excited. So future, we got some new fragrances or sizes or anything coming out?
Yeah, I'm always working on something, and you will find out as it comes out. I always post it on my Facebook, Objects with Purpose, and it'll be on my website. But I don't do 2 new fragrances too often because of the niche thing. I mean, really, I need to stick with what I'm doing and not think always like I have to do something else and rush to the next thing. Because this is
that's really good advice.
That's the shiny object syndrome.
Yeah.
That gets me sometimes. So I've learned I kind of stop and go, you know what? I've got 11 fragrances. And I can actually look now at seasons, which are better for this season and that season. So when I come out with something new, it's very thoughtful and it's a process, and it's probably every 6 months.
I love that.
Thank you.
So you have something very special for my viewers today.
Yes, of course. You get a deal. You're on with Danni. I mean, come on. 25% off.
Yeah.
I'll say that again. 25% off. Anything on my website.
And the website is?
objectswithpurpose.com.
Awesome. Oh, and to get that 25%, you need to use the code N2P. N2P, like niche to profit. N2P.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ianthe. I know you have to run. Your kids are just like dying for you to be home. So we will absolutely have you back on again because you got some really cool stuff in the works for 2016, and I can't wait to hear how all that goes too.
Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you, and keep doing what you're doing and loving what you do and sharing that love, and we'll all feel it.
Thank you. And if you want your business to grow, this is the stuff we teach over at the Niche to Profit Academy, niche2profitacademy.com. Come on over. You're still called an appster when you come over, and we'd love to help you grow your business. We're going to take a short break and come back and look at some stuff that's just not moving.
My purpose today is to share my light with you. Let the light that's within you shine and take you to your highest purpose. want to bring all of that goodness into this light for all of us. I was going through a very difficult time in my life. So every day I would light a candle and I would make a wish for myself to have more light in my life at a time that felt dark. And then I discovered that the candles I was using were toxic. So I did a little research and I found that organic coconut butter makes an amazing candle, and I created Objects with Purpose, the wearable candle. The wearable part, that was an accident. It's just that when you use coconut shea and apricot butter, it's a beautiful emollient, rich body butter, and you can use it for your perfume. You can use it for massage. Objects with Purpose, the cleanest, safest candle that you can burn, a way to bring light and purpose, meaning into your life and the life of people that you love.
Oh, I just love her. And now she left the candles here to keep the studio smelling all yummy. Yeah, her website is Objects with Purpose. We put it over there in the chat for you in the chat. Also, we'll have this over on the Niche to Profit Facebook page. Or, you know what? You miss any of that, just reach out because I know how to get a hold of her. Really, really awesome story and just an amazing person she is. All right, so a couple things just aren't moving the way you thought they were going to move. Let's take a look. All right, our first item comes from Beth Kelly. She says she put this up in December, middle of December. It's only had 22 views. And I was actually with her when she bought this. It was on one of my Day with Danni's in Columbus, Ohio. Paid $18 plus tax. Oh, yeah. Was that store that we just could not get to understand what that whole resale license thing meant? That was a hoot. That's a whole nother show. She's in the chat over there. She'll tell us. All right. So guess what I found on this one? Title's fine. Great title. Let's bump down here a little bit. Oh, yes. Here we go. This, my friends, is what we call the race to the bottom. This makes me crazy, makes me insane. And what has happened over the last 6 months to a year is eBay's really started pushing this whole, people who viewed this were also interested in this kind of a vibe that Amazon does. It makes sense on Amazon because it's one page, one product. You're not competing with the same product. Here, they're showing people that they can go get this cheaper, and it just makes me crazy. I don't even know what to tell you. I'm looking into a way. I believe there is a setting where you can remove this extra piece. I didn't get time before the show to go find that. But there used to be, and I'm hunting it down, and I'm going to share that with all of you, is to get rid of that line of people who viewed this item also viewed, because now they see, look, I can go get it cheaper. So yeah, I'm sure that's some of what's happening here. So while I don't want you to go down to that price range, I would say maybe coming down to like a $79.99, $79.95 kind of a range might not seem quite as much, and they might like yours better. Oh, gosh, it just makes me crazy. We also might want to start looking at changing whether we call it a jacket to maybe a top. Or something that's going to get some different results when on those. I'm telling you that look at this. This makes me crazy, you guys. It makes me crazy. The problem is eBay sellers are going and researching other eBay sellers to set their prices. Tumble down to the bottom. I'm telling you guys, number one, don't do that. Don't try to come down and be the lowest priced. I am not advocating that, but you do have to stay in a range that makes sense. But also, do your marketing, build your brand so that they want to buy from you. And like you have the cool story behind the candles kind of thing, right? Connect with your customers so that they don't care what somebody else is selling it for. They want to buy it from you. All right. Next, we have some vintage falsgraph. This comes from Phil Charney. He says he's had this for sale for over 2 years. It's too long. We got to get that moving. Had it on sale with 30% off, tried free shipping, but it weighs quite a bit. So we lowered the price and went with calculated shipping. So here's my thoughts on this. And after researching a little bit, what I didn't get right off the bat with this is that this was a complete set. So this is a 20-piece set, and I also didn't know that it was a service for 4 until I went down here into your description where, oh, now I see it's a service for 4. So you want to make that very clear up here in your title. So I would change that title to Falsgraph Nature Wood 20-piece service for 4 dinnerware set. And I left off the Falsgraph portfolio. Nobody is searching that I could find. That just doesn't even come up as one of the recommendations. But Falsgraph Nature Wood is searched for. So that's those 2 words right there are what people are looking for. And then having the 20-piece service for 4 is super important up there so they know what they're getting. Pictures are a little dark. Remember, it's pictures, it's title, pictures, or price are the 3 main areas we have to look at. These pictures are just a little gloomy, I would call it. I don't know. They set a little gloomy mood for me. And so, as always, you can zoom like Mickey Mouse. Scott's saying it looks like Mickey Mouse. What are you? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. He's saying it looks like Mickey Mouse. You guys, it's not Mickey. Really? Okay, I totally didn't get that, and I'm kind of a Disney freak. So you're taking away my Disney card. Okay, all right. But it does, again, I would take this on a white background. These are not white plates. They're off-white. They're kind of tan, so they'll do good on a white background. Price, it's a tough one. For free shipping, I know it seems so out there to price this at like $140, $150 with free shipping. But I'm telling you, you'll get the bump in search. You're still going to come up when if they go lowest first, you're still going to be right in there in line. And then you have that added value of free shipping. Okay? Because remember, when it sorts, it is sorting by the combined total of the shipping and the price of the item. So I would totally go back to $149.95 with free shipping and add best offer. Add best offer. Oh yeah. So Beverly, good point out there in the chat says the centered text down here. Left align. You want to left align. It's how the brain looks at it. It's going to make it easier on your customer's eyes. Yep. I'm cutting it off. Like there we go. Oh, that's because it's getting cut off. Yeah, which probably tells me this isn't an optimized listing either. Probably because I'm all the way over here and it's not wanting to show me. So probably not showing up well on a mobile phone either, which is another issue. But really this pattern, it's just not a hot seller, And after 2 years, come on, let's get this out of there. Also, keep this in mind. You who are charging shipping separately, especially things with a lot of a shipping cost, guess what? You're paying a final value fee on that shipping. So $60 shipping, you're paying an extra 10% of a fee on this item to break out that shipping. Is it worth it? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm still doing the free shipping. I'm going to throw one more in here. We got time. I want to help my friend Nancy out. Nancy has this cat lounger with play tree and climbing tower by Penplax. Nancy, change that title. People are looking for cat trees. It's how they're searching for these. So I'd call it a cat tree lounger climbing tower, which is another term people look for their kitty cats. And throw the bamboo in there. I think the bamboo is a nice touch. Here, if I can see, they're bamboo posts. Mm-hmm. Now, you're using the picture off the box, which is really, really obvious. I would go find a stock photo for this from the manufacturer. You are selling these new stock photo, perfectly acceptable for new in the package items. You have 3 of these. Now, she says, and I verified this item is selling about $90 on other websites and on eBay, but hers isn't moving. Oh, my goodness gracious, girl. Up that price. People don't want the cheap cat tree for their little kitty cat. No, they want their loving princess king of the jungle to have the fancy, expensive ones so they can brag about it. I'm telling you. Okay, I'm stereotyping you cat people out there, but come on, tell me this isn't true. We throw our dogs out in the backyard with a bone and say, hey, have fun, Cats, no, we got to take care of them. So I think that's, yes, come on now. So I would raise the price up to $79.99, thereabouts, with free shipping and best offer. Free shipping on this, free shipping. Just do that. So there you go. All right. All right. And guys, come on over. Come an Appster. We have a lot more time to go into details. You can ask me questions back. We can talk about this stuff. We can fine tune it. We can look at other stuff. That is really what the Niche to Profit Academy is about. So let's go look at what is selling. So here's the other thing, guys. I ask the Appsters for their entries to be reviewed on the show here and get promoted on the show. So that is one of the perks of being an Appster as well. So here we go. What do we have here? Oh, we have some Converse shoes. And I'm looking on my note. Why don't I have this on my note? Oh, well, we'll just wing it then because I didn't put these on my notes. So I forget who this came from, but here you are. You have your, you know what? That's because those didn't sell yet. Oh my gosh. See, we're going to go answer that one over on Facebook. I knew I was confused here. It's the eyes. I can't see. Getting old. There we go. Here's a hot sale. Ah, that's better. We're going to turn those Converse into a hot sale though next week. This comes from Terry Benedict. Terry, are you in our chat? All right. She says, I quilt, so I know how valuable these Singer featherweight sewing machines are. I bought this one at a church rummage sale almost 2 years ago for just $20. Had a hard time letting it go. Sold today for $391. Okay. I was wondering where my jackpot went. There's my jackpot. So here's the thing. I get it. I collect glass, and I don't want to let go of some of my glass pieces. Here's how I make the decision. Price it at a price you will not resent if it sells. Okay? And you'll know what that price is, and it may seem way above market, and it may seem crazy, but hey, otherwise, enjoy it. Have it in your home. Get the warm fuzzies from it for a while. There'll become a point, you'll collect some other stuff and then decide it's time to go. I do that with my glass and I get bored with it and then it's time to go. But when I first get a really cool piece, it gets priced high. And here's the thing. Sometimes it sells at that high price because that's what happens when you build a brand that isn't built on price, right? Your shoppers will do that. How about this? Let's pull this up. 10 Days in Europe board game sealed. What's the story on this one? From Daryl Elliott. Paid $3 at a thrift store. Accepted best offer of $50 in, and I love this, under 3 weeks. Under 3 weeks. That's turning it. That is turning it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So 10 Days in Europe board game, sealed, new in box. It must be like a sought after game. Scott was asking me, why did this sell so fast? Yeah. I didn't look and see what these are selling for. But let's see. Did they give any of those other suggestions? Who else? Look at, nobody really has this one. So, and there's other ones that sell for a lot more money. So it's just a desirable item. Just a really desirable item. Turn, turn, turn. All right. So this is just, we don't have time to go into like a whole bunch of these, but we do this every Sunday over on the Niche to Profit Facebook group. On Sundays, we have a thread called Score of the Week. And on Score of the Week, we get usually, 20, 30, 40, 50 of these hot sales that you can see. And it's really motivating. And it'll open your eyes to things you may not have thought about picking up while you're out there at the auctions and the thrift stores and the estate sales. So come on over and join the Facebook group with us, Niche to Profit Facebook group. We're going to do one more quick little commercial and come back for a little pick it or pass it. I so need to get like the words in a voice for you people who are out there on iTunes listening after the fact. Promise that's coming. All right. This week we had a little item and she's here with me. Does that answer the question? Yeah, she is kind of, yeah. She's adorably ugly. Which is why I got to tell you a little story. I threw her in the cart, didn't even look at the price. Like, oh, yeah, that baby, she's coming home with me. Because that's how I shop. And what I discovered was I probably should not have bought this doll. She is an American character whimsy doll from 1960. And this should have been a pass. So guess what I'm doing? Ha ha ha. Little something. I'm more than fair here with you guys. If you answered what it was correctly and said that I passed, guess what? You're still going to get 2 entries. Even if you didn't guess what it was and you guessed if I picked or passed, you're going to get an entry. Because truly this is one where I should have passed on it. Based on the price that it was $30. So she should have stayed on the shelf. She's totally ugly, though. I liked her. I know. We even traumatized one of our listeners. Do we have that picture, Scott, of when she was looking up this type? She's putting in some keywords for like creepy doll and came up with this. Ah! So, Suzanne, if you're out there, I'm sorry. I traumatized you. It's terrible. Yeah, I'm just saying. All right. Oh, so, Vanna, tell them what they can win. Well, we have the really, really popular Niche to Profit tote bag. These are great, you guys, for carrying into those little rummage sales or estate sales where you don't have like a cart to put stuff in. Mm-hmm. And then we have the new Niche to Profit Show coffee mug, which Matt, yours should be there soon. It's a recent winner. And, oh yes, we have, let's show the back first. We of the Niche to Profit Show t-shirt with the Vegas Video Network logo. And you can tell everyone how you got niche-y watching the Niche to Profit Show. Ah, yes. And for those who love the auctions but don't want to get burned, here's my book, Buying at Auction Houses for Fun and Profit. In the back is a bonus, Buying at Storage Locker Auctions for Fun and Profit as well. All right. We got some good entries this week. Put them in my handy-dandy little covered wagon here. Let's see. First, we have Ray Ozenbaugh, who actually told me Ozenbaugh is pronounced with a long O. Thank you so much. I've been saying it wrong all this time. She guessed that it was an American character whimsy doll and said price sounded a little steep, but said, knowing me, I'd probably sell it for $99. So she said I picked it. So guess what, Ray? You got 2 entries. We've got Sherry Fisher. Hi, Danny. That is the Susie the Snoozy American character whimsy doll. And guessing I passed it, but guess what? I should have passed it. So you're still getting 2 entries. Get my little thing over here. Let's see. We've got Janet Garrison. Guess is a Cindy Lou Who doll. It's not a Cindy Lou Who doll. Not a Cindy Lou. But you know what? I like the answer, so you're going to get 2 entries too. I know, isn't it crazy? Crazy, crazy. All right. Adrian Marie Hall. Doll has to be one of the American character dolls from 1960s, named Whimsy. Think you might have chosen to pass and leave her behind. Yeah, that's what I should have done. I should have taken your advice, so you get 2. We've got Marie Rivers. Could not find your girl doll, which makes me think she could be rare, in which case I will say you picked it. Make a guess. You guys, make a guess. Make a guess. Closest guess. We've got Lily. I see, I'm going to butcher your last name too. Jasicki. American character whimsy, Susie the Snoozy. Looks pretty dirty, so I guess it depends if you wanted to put time into cleaning her, because condition is everything with dolls. I will say you picked it. So I did pick it, and I'm not going to clean it, and she's actually going to probably go at my yard sale, guys. I'm probably not going to list her. Suzanne Phillips, who I traumatized. She called it a Dixie the Pixie Lolly Polly doll or something. Said I picked it. No. But you're in there. All right. Judy Beeson. She said, yes, Judy, we got your entry this week. Blah, blah, blah. I'd say she passed it because the dolls in question are selling on eBay for less than the $29.99. Some of them are. They're about $50 range. Said it was marked, believe, a vintage Lollaloopsy Super Silly doll. Nope. That's not it. But guess what? Because I have missed your entry the last 2 weeks, I'm still giving you 2 entries. Because that's how we roll here. And Richard Corer, just to save time, we'll take your book when I win. I like that positive thinking. Vintage American character whimsy doll. Doll sold for only $45, so at a $30 price tag. Not enough meat on the bone. So said I passed it, but I should have passed it. So you're in there. And last but not least, we have Anne-Marie Marciano. Hope I'm not too late. Nope, you aren't. You just got in on the wire. This is a whimsy doll. Yes, I do believe you bought it, which I did. All right, there we go. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's shake these up. And our winner this week. I can pull one out. Ray Osenbo with an O, long O sound. Very good. And actually, Ray, you said what it was, and you said I picked it because you know me well. Send me your preference to Niche to Profit at VegasVideoNetwork.com. Niche to Profit, VegasVideoNetwork.com. And we will send you either a shirt or a mug or a tote bag or a book. All right, this week's clues. Well, it's got a sheepish grin. Appears to be old, but... And priced at $4.99 with a 30% off. Seems like a good deal. Or is it? Send your answers to niche2profit@vegasvideonetwork.com. This is really important, guys. I've been seeing some answers put when I post this over on Facebook. No. Gotta send them in. Send them into the email. That's where all the answers need to go, and we'll get you in for next week's drawing. All right. Whew. Hey, real quick, if you guys are in the Las Vegas area, I am one of the hosts of the Las Vegas Online Sellers Meetup Group, which meets once or twice a month. And this is well, I say free. It costs $3. It's $3 to attend. So basically free, right? We have a meetup coming up next week where we're going to be talking about researching these items. So we have the CEO of WorthPoint coming in to give a discussion, and we're going to be looking up some items. So you get to bring an item. We're going to help you get that item listed for the maximum amount of profits. So join us. You just go to meetup.com/Las Vegas Online Sellers. Gosh, I had to think there for a minute. What is it? Yes. That is next Wednesday evening. Come and join us. Also, don't forget, if you use the code SHOW7 over at niche2profitacademy.com, you can come and join, be one of the appsters, and you get a free week. Come in, check it out, do a couple of the workshops, see if it's for you. It's not for everybody, but those who are in there are doing phenomenal work and growing their businesses like hotcakes. And Scott says, you have a chat question. That's going to make me have to find my glasses now. Oh, we have time. Ooh, any meetings around ASD week? Well, you know what? We can make that happen. The next two are over there posted. We have the one next week. And then a couple weeks after that, we have a really good one with Justin Crane, who you heard Ianthe and I talking about. And he's also going to come and be on the show that week. So very excited about that. If you missed a show or you want to go back and hear something again, well, we have a way to make that happen for you, because we do these replays over on iTunes, on Roku, Stitcher, Chromecast, Fire TV, Apple TV, Google TV, and of course, YouTube. We're both on the Vegas Video Network YouTube channel and on the Danni app YouTube channel. We have those replays. Facebook, Twitter, oh my gosh, everywhere. And hey, check out some of the other shows on the Vegas Video Network, because they all kind of rock. I think this one's the best. I'm a little partial there. What can I say? Notice he doesn't play any sound effect. I get no love. I get nothing. That's okay. You guys are here. You are the smartest audience ever for being here live, being part of the show. I appreciate you. I know the chainsaws are coming out. I'm going to have to get out of here before things start going down the toilet. All right, everybody, go be profitable and make it fun.